Ooh, hi. Sorry about that. Today's July 30th. I keep on thinking it's the 29th, but it's not. For some odd reason. Um, I'm gonna try to stop saying That's the first thing I'm gonna say. And this fan is really annoying. Again, I'm sitting in the room that was actually, my daughter's. So, again, it's the room that nobody comes in except for me. If you hear music, I actually have Pandora playing just to kind of keep me calm. Today was a very, not very anxious, it was moderate anxiety today. I guess the main thing I wanted to bring up was anger management today, which has been a big thing for me over, let me see, let's say the past 4 to 6 months. So the past 4 to 6 months, it's been kind of bad, like where I was starting like at like a 1, then I would like shoot up to like a 4 or 5, which is like bad. And lately more it's like I start at 1, like which is like calm, relaxed, mellow, and I can get so fired up that I can like hit a 10 or beyond in like seconds flat. So that actually is concerning me a lot. I'm not normally a very angry person. I'm usually very mellow, calm down. Of course, except for the panic attacks. So this anger, not exactly sure where it's coming from. I'm not sure if it's the grief or the living situation or the fact that also I stay in the house more. My anxiety has increased as other videos I think I mentioned on those, and I think staying in the house can cause more stress too, just because you don't actually interact with people or go places, stuff like that. So that could be part of it. But I did call Catholic Charities and the YWCA today. Sorry for looking down. I'm checking my notebook again. As I said, I got notebooks all over. And sorry about the music, but I keep track of everything. So I did call them today. Again, I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, so just to actually let some people know. I spoke to Catholic Charities. They actually said that they stopped their program. They did not say when they stopped it. They actually referred me to a place called Clinic Court. Doesn't sound too nice, does it? But I called anyways just to see what they might have to offer for the public. And actually it's not. You actually have to be court mandated to attend the classes. So that was a bit of a disappointment. So after that I went to the YWCA. I'm sorry, but this fan has my hair blowing everywhere. So, next was the YWCA. Yes, which is for women only. I guess you can kind of figure that out. And they do have an anger management class. It's not like ongoing counseling, which is kind of what I'm looking for. I would enjoy a class on top of the counseling also, but I'm more interested in the long term than the short term. From my perspective, I don't believe that you can fix anger in like a 4-week session. I'm sure that some people can fix their anger in 4 weeks. If you know, that's probably them. I know I'm the kind of person where, as I said, I have social anxiety disorder. Kind of anxious right now, so if I start talking funny or stuttering, it's the anxiety right now. So just kind of, I'll get past it in about half an hour or so, I'm hoping. So again, in 4 weeks time for me, that actually would not be enough time. By the second, maybe the third week, I would be actually more comfortable to the point to where I could like actually open up and start talking. And by then it'd be like completely over. So you kind of see where I'm going. I kind of need like the counseling program, which is extended instead of just a short little course to take that teaches you how to do this, this, and this. I have read books on anger, a few. I have tried the techniques that I usually do are not actually working to the best as they how do I explain that? They did work over the past month. It's gotten really bad where it just doesn't work at all. As I explained with that really bad outburst I had regarding the backyard, that was that's like a big red neon sign just screaming, "Go get help." So you actually have to pay for that. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm trying to think. Anxiety kind of gets your brain confused, twisted, mushed. You do have to pay for that. For the assessment, I think it's like $20. Then like each class for the month is $25. And just do not have that money right now. I know that sounds awful to say, but the bills are so tight with what money we do have and trying to keep the house up, trying to keep our prescriptions going, all this and that would actually be more of a hindrance than a positive thing in my life right now. So I did end up calling my therapist. Again, excellent woman. And I'm sorry. Got some Christian rock going, so it actually helps to calm me down. Don't know if anybody gets into that or not. I'm trying to tone it down, hang on. If that helps any, probably doesn't. So anyways, back to the therapist part. I did call her like around lunch. Goodness gracious. And, she actually called back and she gave me 2 numbers to call for, 1 second here. One is for LifePoint Solutions, and one's called Ikron, which I have never heard of. They are actually downtown, she said, which is close. But the thing with that, Ikron is more what I'm looking for. You actually get case management, which I think is a good thing. I really don't quite grasp the case management process or what this. Oh, I love this song. I'm sorry. Okay, just yeah. If I start zoning out, this is why. So. Sorry. That's my favorite song right now. I love Breaking Benjamin. So with Ikron, I'm sorry to interrupt like that. I am a little scatterbrained, like I said. You do get a case manager. I don't exactly understand what the duty of a case manager is. I know it's somebody that you see that's, I think, is kind of like a therapist. I'm not really sure. I do need to talk to my therapist about that to figure out exactly how that works, because I have never had one. But they do offer services for extended time, which is kind of what I'm looking for. And I want to take a course also, or a class, on top of the long-term counseling. So I kind of get a double dose and soak it in, and oh my goodness, I want to sing this song so bad right now. So, I did actually call them today. I left a message for both of them. They were not actually on the phones today. which was a little disappointing. I think that's where the anxiety came in. I did try to explain it to my husband, and of course his nephew was home early today from work, or his nephew didn't go to work. I'm really not sure. I don't understand what's going on. I try not to figure it out. I need to stay focused on me. That may seem mean that, you know, I'm trying to black out other people. I don't try to black out my husband as much. There are times where I need to, especially if he gets a bit lippy or sarcastic. Now I completely block him out and just like not even hear him. So it was a bit odd today to actually have them both home. So I was like talking to both of them again. I think that was part of my anxiety trigger right now, which is why I feel kind of anxious. I'm not actually used to talking about a lot of things, especially in front of other people, but didn't really have a choice today. I kind of had to get it out. And I was talking to him about it, and you know, he got kind of sarcastic about it. And then they tried to make a joke out of it, saying how I wasn't as bad as they are. So, my temper flared. I mean, it really flared. I was like, okay. So I sat on the couch, and I was thinking about what I wanted to say. Like, the mean things that you want to say just to let out the anger. And I'm sitting there, and I know my mouth was like completely moving the whole time. It's just like no words were like actually coming out. So if you can actually picture, his nephew's on the floor, he's on the couch, and like I'm sitting there like. So that's kind of how it happened. It did calm me down. I hate to say it. Another good song, Chevelle. I'm sorry. Oi, good songs. So I did actually make it a point to him after I had done that, whatever you want to call it. That's the first time I've done that, so that's a little different. But I did mention to him that, you know, I was trying to say this. Maybe you misunderstood. Trying to be polite, not saying, well, I think you two were acting like complete jackasses. I just said, maybe you misunderstood what I was trying to say. So I said it again. And I think he kind of got the hint, like, okay, I said something wrong. So he did actually listen for a little bit longer. Didn't really have too much feedback from him, which, in other videos, I'm not sure if you actually noticed that or not. But yeah, I got a toy to play with. He is supportive in his own way. He does pay for my prescriptions each month, which is the trazodone and the Klonopin, which really is like less than $50 a month. It's not that much. It's very affordable compared to some of the other ones that people have been on. Some of the other ones I've been on that did not work were like $200, $300, or up. You go to the pharmacy, they say like $200 something, and you're just staring at them like, what? Just for 30 pills. It's kind of wow. So yeah, he's supportive in his own ways. Supportive in his own ways. I'm trying to speak clearly. I need to slow down just a little bit. Anxiety really sucks, you guys. So for those who do not have anxiety issues, you are blessed. I can tell you that much. It really sucks. Okay, so again, he's being supportive in his own way. He is pushy about the sex thing, so he will make these off-the-wall, barbaric comments like, go upstairs and take your clothes off. And seriously, I just kind of, either I ignore him, like I heard him, but I'm just not going to say nothing, Or there's times where like I just like slowly turn around and I'll just like let off for like a little bit. And there's days where like I'll just stare at him like I don't respond to that type of behavior. And I'm not laughing. I will. It is a bit funny. I'm sorry. I know, but that is just it's disrespectful. I apologize, you guys. I'm trying to do the best I can right now, and I could see it like if we were both in the mood and we said it, that'd be a different thing, but just out of the blue it's very unnerving sometimes. Supportive wise, he listens once in a while, really not that much. I think the last actual good venting that we had together, whoa, that was seriously, this is sad. Give me one more second. Let me think, because I know we had a good venting session where, well, he did most of the talking, but I talked towards the end also. And like he like actually was focused and he was actually listening. And if we see me looking over this way, or actually that way, whichever way, there's a crack in the door so I can see if someone goes by, just in case someone comes home. So I know to keep my voice lower and come up closer. But I think it was a couple weeks ago, not really sure if it's on a video or not. It's where his nephew done something that he shouldn't have done, and he came upstairs and he's like, let's go outside, let's just leave. And I just asked him like, well, come sit down and just talk about it, which he actually did. It took me like 3 times to ask him, but he finally done it. So the mental illness aspect of supportive is not his best suit. I don't think he understands what anything is, what I'm going through. I don't think he understands what I have. So it's a little it's a complicated relationship that we have right now. It's rather stressful, I think, for the both of us, not just me. I do try to explain it to him, but as I've mentioned, he never actually graduated high school, so he's not he's not, I gotta break it down sometimes. I'm not gonna say something rude. I don't know how to describe it without sounding like an awful person, so I'm not gonna say it or anything. But I do actually have to break a lot of stuff down, so it's like I'm talking to somebody smaller, if that makes any sense. Which is, I'm sure that makes him feel even worse. He is, well, older, like 14 years older than me, so it is a little much to take in, if he even does. I'm not sure. I think he used to. When my daughter was here, I think he actually didn't even notice the signs. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I had a complete nervous, psychotic break from reality. 2010. 2 years ago. Well, 2 months and so on. So, yeah, man, he actually never saw no signs. He never said nothing. It just kind of happened. And, yeah, that's kind of what worries me a little bit, is the fact that, I was like on the verge of a breakdown for like so long, and he never noticed, or he never saw signs, he never actually paid attention, that kind of stuff. So it does concern me now that it's just me and him. Well, when he is here, he usually sleeps. that is one thing I've noticed also. I keep a lot of notes on stuff. And he will usually, the first thing he'll try to do is try to do the turn on thing and hopefully get lucky in a sack, so to say. And usually I'm not in the mood. I find it kind of disturbing, actually, that we can't have a very good relationship, talking wise, opening up, sharing our feelings together. We're married, so you should be able to actually do that kind of stuff with your spouse, your partner. Um, and he doesn't do that, so it's kind of like, for me, next one, anxiety. So for me, that's a big problem because I actually am at the point in my life where I do want to talk about stuff. I do actually have to say thanks to my therapist for that. She actually helped me to get past my stuffing. I'm a stuffer. I stuff everything. If it's, God, do I stuff? I love stuffing. I have not stuffed a lot recently. I tend to let it all out. So back to the topic. If I don't say yes, then usually he will ignore me, or go next door with his brother, or go outside talk to his brother, or go to the store with his nephew, or just stay downstairs with his nephew, or sleep all day instead of actually spending time with me in somebody's home. Yeah. So on that note, I can see the door moved. It is a little upsetting that I don't have as much support close to where I'm living as I would like to have. I know that actually having the few people I do online, they're mainly over in Europe, as I've mentioned. So they do help from time to time, but I don't know. It's like having that closeness actually close to your house, that type of bond that I just don't have right now. I think I could really use that. So it's frustrating, nerve-wracking, depressing, sad. It's like a whole bunch of emotions smushed up together. So I do try to use the support systems I do have, which are not actually that much. I do talk to my moms. Again, I have two moms. I talk to them. I talk to my therapist, talk to my psychiatrist, talk to the people online, the few that I have that actually know what I'm talking about, or they actually have some of the same problems, or they've been through some of the things that I've been through in the past as well, which is extremely helpful. So sorry about that. So yeah, as for that, I don't really have anybody else. As I mentioned, I do talk to my husband, or try to, and like I will ask him later, like, well, what did I say to you, type thing, and half the time it's yeah. Sometimes I think he's just taking a stab in the dark and hoping he's right, because it's like not even close. I don't say nothing. I just kind of turn away and be like, yeah, that's what I expected. So that is actually getting very tiresome. So I don't know what else to do. Regarding the relationship with my husband right now, it is not what I expected. I know since my daughter's gone, it's like a completely different relationship. It really is. So, not as talkative as we used to be. Don't actually spend a lot of quality time together. And he just, to me, it feels like he just tries to stay away the most that he can. As I said, he tends to help out a lot of friends, and stuff like that, and help out his nephew. So it's like he's not here that much. So I don't actually count myself as support for some reason. You think I actually would, but I don't. So I do journal and stuff like that, but it gets a little lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I think my therapy at the house, actually, I'm not gonna lie, so please don't laugh. I used to read a lot of books. I mean, I got a bookshelf of all these books I've read. I think there's like, oh my goodness, like 30 or 40 books that I've read that are like actually my favorites. I can't just choose one. I kind of had to keep them all. So, kind of got the collection going. But, I actually do play the PS3 a lot, PlayStation 3. I'm stuck on Sims 3 and Sims 3 Pets. So that in a way, when I first told my therapist that, she was kind of shocked, like, oh my gosh, you play games. I'm like, yes, I play video games. That's the way I was raised, on video games, playing them. Teenager, 20s, 30s, still playing video games. Just the way my generation is, I guess, or certain people in my generation are. And at first she was kind of worried, because in Sims, I don't know if anybody actually plays it or knows what it is. It's actually a simulation game, short, Sims, kind of short for that word. And you can actually have a man and a woman get married, or two men get married, or two women get married. I'm sorry, I saw something in my window. Hang on. Anyway, so, and of course, you get to have kids in the third one. And the pets, you get to have the family, the marriage, the kids, and the pets, and all kinds of stuff. And she thought that I was actually trying to escape from my life right now. So, I tried to explain, to the best of my ability, that it's actually calming for me. I know that may sound kind of odd to some people, but it is kind of calming and therapeutic. It's kind of like a break from my personal hell that I'm going through right now, and it's like a perfect little Stepford wife white picket fence game. Best way to describe it. So it does calm me down. Every time I play it, I'm like completely calm when I'm done. The other thing that I do is I do journal a lot on pinzu.com. I think I mentioned that. I don't think I've actually made a link, but I will try to put that down in my descriptions. I'm still new to this channel thing, and trying to set up links is kind of confusing. I'm not sure if I got it right, but I'll get there. And another thing is that I talk to cats. I'm not a cat lady. We don't have a lot of cats. I just have 2 in the house right now. Gray and Chloe. I think I have 2 videos of them actually posted on there somewhere. And Gray usually kind of just like sits there and stares at you, like, and her eyes are just like, with this human, shut up. It's funny to watch her expressions when you're actually talking to her. Chloe, which is the calico, she will actually just sit there and just purr, and yeah, she's definitely a good listener for an animal. So I know that may be funny to some people. Some people that watch this might be laughing. I know that when I first actually told my therapist about it, she was like, oh my goodness, do you really? And I'm like, yes, why? So obviously I'm not the only person that actually has conversations with their animals. So that's a good thing. Yeah, but they don't talk back, so that's the messed up part. So it's like I'm like venting everything to this little cute furry animal, and like it helps with the frustration and the anger and the tension and anxiety. But if they could just talk back, it would be a lot more entertaining, more therapeutic in a way. So, but at least it does help someone. I don't have too many people to talk to. So, I personally think I put myself in that position of not doing it, of not having people to talk to. I mean, so as for the anger, I don't think I had an outburst today. Again, I did say that I started to, and I've done that little weird thing where I'm thinking about everything I want to say to that person in the heat of the moment, but I'm thinking it in my head. So I kind of shut up for a second. I'm like, okay, let me just say it to myself first and see how it sounds. And I don't know why I done it. Again, it's the first time that I actually done that. Period, to my in front of somebody or by myself. But it actually did work a little bit. So after I got done cursing them out in my head, I actually came back normal, calm, relaxed. Well, maybe you didn't quite understand, but, and I kind of explained it again. I think I might have said it slightly in a sarcastic voice, but it's a little hard to have a serious discussion when him and his nephew are joking about it like it's no big deal. And I'm sure to them it's not, because it doesn't really affect them. So long as my husband gets sex, he's pretty much happy. That's the whole vibe I'm getting from him. So, ew, yeah, that just came out of my mouth. Holy cow. And that sucks, because I don't actually delete videos unless I get interrupted, then I start over. So this one's going on air. Holy cow. That is pretty much how it is. I'm sorry to say. So, wow. I'm going to take 1 second and actually think in my head just for a second. Wow. Yeah. So again, as I was saying, they are actually a trigger. They both are. I've been told by my psychiatrist and stuff that basically this is a unhealthy living style right now for what I'm going through. Because as I've said before in like multiple videos, I will say things over and over again. I don't mean to. It's just part of the way I'm feeling. So I do apologize if it gets a little bit repetitive or redundant, or it's the same thing and you're tired of actually hearing it. I do apologize for that. But it is a little hard to actually get my thoughts across or my feelings across to this person I married when he is turning into his nephew. The best way, I mean, seriously, that's the best way to describe it. I have noticed that a lot when he actually does that with almost everybody. I know that if he hung around with certain friends, then he would like act a certain way with these friends. Or if he's with his brother, then he acts a certain way with him. When he's with his nephew, he acts like a mindless, racist prick. I hate to put it that way. That's exactly what it feels like. It's actually annoying as heck because I hate the N-word. I do not like saying it. I know I caught myself saying it a couple times because I just kept on hearing it. I'm like, oh my god! So it stuck for like for about 2 or 3 weeks. It stuck. So I like actually caught myself saying it. I'm like, oh my god, never. Um, Sounds so wrong when it comes out of him. It's just not right. I'm sorry. I just have to say that. Oh wait, and they came downstairs again. Of course, they're acting like 18. I swear to God, they both act like they're 18 at the same time. Ah. And of course, they're both saying the N-word. I think first my husband said it, then his nephew said it, and then this and that, whatever. And my husband's excuse, he actually came up with an excuse for saying it, was that our neighbor down the street called this dog that we've actually been babysitting the N-word because he's black. And honestly, I wanted to say, okay, so basically you're thinking like a 4 or a 5-year-old, like, well, if this person does it, then I can do it too type thing. I chose not to say that just for the fact that he was with his nephew, and I'm sure that I have embarrassed him enough or put him down enough in front of people. Obviously not enough. I'm sorry to say that. So, ow. I can be a little snippy. So it does kind of upset me. I have asked him not to use it. I have asked his nephew not to use it, and they keep on using it. So, yeah. I honestly don't see the point of choosing a word like that. I'm sure there's another word that you could call somebody. There's plenty of curse words out there, people. You don't have to use the N-word. Not saying that you gotta curse, but they obviously do. And they come up with the worst ones to use. But then again, the neighbor said it, so it's okay to say it now, because she said it first. I'm sorry. But it does seem a little like the dog ate my homework type thing. It's a little weird. But I never thought that he would actually be that small-minded to actually, follow instead of lead. He's older. You should know who the heck you are, what you want. And it is a little off-the-wall type thing. So, yeah, and he thinks I don't pay attention. So, big surprise, I pay attention too much. So again, talked about the anger, the little riff in the middle here about this and that. Not too much. Basically, now I got to play the. Someone's cooking downstairs. Got to play the waiting game with these two places. See if they call back. Hopefully they call back. At least one of them. I'm hoping that last one does, which is called Ikron. I don't know how to spell it. I will try to list them and their phone numbers. I think I'm allowed to do that. I'm not really sure. I'm guessing here. I don't see why not. Or we could just stick down a name, something like that. So hopefully someone calls back so I can get into some kind of anger management. So yeah. So again, shorten it up. Short, quick, fast. Nervous breakdown. Lost my daughter. Stuck in a house with one racist, small-minded individual. My husband's turning into one. Can't grieve properly because I'm being overstressed. And basically I'm stuck in the anger stage, anger phase. Actually can't get out of it for some reason. So it does kind of suck. I will probably do one again later tonight if I get a chance. Probably like the whole hour thing again. Yeah. I still gotta do all the other videos that I mentioned. I actually started doing the medication one again. I had to go back online because I actually tossed out the papers I was using. So I had to do a new batch. And I gotta do the same thing for the anxiety issues. Not just my issue, but all the issues together. I don't like to just talk about me myself, but I like to actually talk about other illnesses that may be related to the same topic. So, because there are some issues that you think you may have, but it actually turns out to be something else. It is kind of freaky, and it took them a long time to figure out what I actually have. Anxiety was pretty obvious. That was a dead giveaway. But as for the other ones, there was a lot of symptoms for different stuff. I know for myself, it was kind of confusing because I'd see a doctor, he'd say this, and then I see that doctor, he would say that. It was a little frustrating. It still is frustrating. But anyways, I smell something weird. I will have to go off the computer. I think somebody's downstairs cooking, and it doesn't smell good. So again, this is about anger and all that stuff, and I will probably do a journal tonight. This is just about anger management. For those who actually watch, if you do live in Ohio, I will list the places that I actually got in contact with, and that kind of stuff. So, I hope this is a little bit helpful. As for places to call, if you're actually in the tri-state area, for others, I hope it's just helpful, just by talking about it, that maybe you feel the same way, so that you're not the only person out there with the same issues or the same feelings. There's people out there like me that are actually going through the same thing. So, at that, I will say goodbye and have a great afternoon.